Hello everyone, and welcome to War Thunder Mobile, which is currently in the open beta, and I was quite curious to try that out, and I'm not alone today. My buddy's coming with me.
Hello.
So we decided to give this a little bit of a spin. I haven't played War Thunder an awful lot, but I think you've played a couple of times.
Yeah, I'm not that experienced, but I have enough experience to have like good expectations for the War Thunder Mobile. Like I've gotten a couple of levels up. I've bought a couple of planes, maybe a bit of tanks, but yeah.
Okay, I've played a couple of rounds with planes only in War Thunder PC, so we're coming under this. This is going to be more of our first impression. We're not seasoned War Thunder players.
No.
But we were kind of keen to see how this matches up, given that it's a brand new game, and how this is all going to work out. So the first thing that we're probably going to be noticing is we have different game modes. So right now we're in a tank, but there are two game modes, ships and tanks, which is a little misleading because there's a little plane on the icon, and the first thing I was wondering is where the planes are.
Where are they? Well, we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that. Let's since we're here, let's start quickly with the tanks, and then we can have a look over at the ships and see how that goes. So there is I don't want to choose something like now, but there's a progression, obviously, and you have these tank platoons.
I'm thinking that it's kind of like the PC War Thunder, where if you get your tank destroyed, you can have another tank while the other one gets repaired over a certain period of time.
Okay, that makes sense. I was really confused by this, but my understanding of platoon would have been something multiplayer related.
Yeah, me too.
But you can effectively you start sort of at level 1, and then you can go all the way up. So we're looking at a Panzer IV here, and we're going up to level, I don't know how far it goes, 4, I think?
Unavailable.
Yes, until level unavailable. We've got things like the Leopard, things like a T-55, things like a Chieftain, so more like 1950s Cold War stuff.
Like more modern, powerful.
Yeah, definitely. So what you can do with these is you can upgrade them. And you get these upgrade points. I've got 75 here for some reason. I don't know where they came from.
Me neither.
Last time I checked, I didn't have any. But you use these upgrade points to, you can upgrade your guns, you can upgrade your crew, and you can upgrade some other bits. But what I'm not seeing here is any kind of direct research where you can fit different modules or different variants of things. I don't know if that's a War Thunder thing, but...
I mean, you can have different shells or different like types of ammunition, and for the planes, if you have bombs, you can have different types of bombs and different amounts of ammo for certain guns.
I think that's in here as well, but not in the upgrades. So you've got your two currencies. You've got the Lions and the Eagles.
Yeah,
so your premium
that's
currency, standard. Just every mobile game has, or every grindy game has sort of these two currencies. And then you get to play, but the planes you don't actually get to do an awful lot with. It's more like a
It's like a gimmick. If you're in a tank, it's like a kill streak. So at these random points in the game, the first person to click the plane button gets to fly a plane versus the other people, and it's not really like the real War Thunder or the PC War Thunder, I should say, where you get to decide what planes you have. You have to actually buy them. It just depends on what level you have on your tank, and you just fly for a short period of time, and then it's over.
That totally reminds me of something like Call of Duty, where you're like the iconic, you open the laptop and you get to control a drone.
Yeah, you get to...
It's the same thing, right? Because the player is... The tank's still there, and I think it can still get shot at.
Yes, it does still take damage.
All right, so let's have a quick look at the other side of things, which are ships. And that functions pretty much in the same way. So we've got a long list of ships, starting at... And I don't know if this is a tier, but these are progressively unlocked. So you start with destroyers pretty much. We've got a Fletcher here at tier 1. And then we're getting slightly, like, I think we're getting...
It looks like the ships don't go by year. It looks like they go by how big they are.
Yeah, because we've got cruisers. We're starting to see cruisers at tier 2.
Maybe, possibly, the the battleships are maybe a bit buffed.
And then
like they go like super fast, even though they have big guns.
We've got the Yamato and things like Vanguard and Iowa at tier 4. Then so this seems to be more like a ship class than an actual tier. But I can't, you seem to be having to go progressively. So you start out with destroyers, and then you kind of need to make your way ahead and level up your player character to get to be able to sail bigger ships. And again, it's the same thing here. And this reminded me an awful lot of Modern Warships? Yeah,
Modern Warships.
Yeah. Because again, you've got these upgrade points, and you have to make your ships better. Because if you go in with stock ships, you're not going to get anything done.
It's where if you have like a stock ship, you are not going to get any kills until you grind, which is probably not worth it to get all of the upgrade points, and then you can finally get 1 or 2 kills in like a common game.
But again, here you get these upgrade points, which is separate from the money. And the one thing that I'm not seeing here, which Modern Warships has, is an actual module system where you can fit different modules. Here you can just you take the ship as it is and you upgrade it, and then that's that.
That is kind of how it is in the PC War Thunder, where if you have like bombs on like a plane, you don't necessarily have different guns or something. You can choose the bombs that you have if you want to have one really big one.
It's ammo types, basically, what you're saying.
Yeah, and same with tanks. If you have like decide which type of ammo you want.
Right. All right, cool. And that seems to be most. I've seen the ammo type kind of selection in the opening screen for tanks, at least. I haven't really seen that on the other things, but. Probably the last thing we need to mention, at least with ships here, they are sort of consumables. So you have these. What is it? Supplies and smoke screens. So supplies is like heals, repair kits, because you do need to heal your crew on top of actually fixing modules on the ship. And you've got smoke screens, which are just that. But they're consumables that you actually need to purchase. So that's more for what the money is for. So we'll look into 2 games that we've played together.
Yeah.
And
well, not really together. I was just sitting there.
Yeah. Well, you've tried controlling the plane after I completely crashed it into the ground.
Yeah.
But we'll see that in a second. So we'll have 2 games, one in the ships and one in the tanks, just to give you a bit of an impression, and then we'll give you an overall. All right. Let's do that. So in the opening screen, you can actually quite see that you have this sort of modules that you can damage and that have various effects on the enemy ship.
I don't know. I haven't played World of Warships.
Yeah,
but
that's kind of more where I'm coming from. So we're spawning at the end of the map, and it looks okay. I have to say, I wasn't really blown away by the graphics, but and we have the regular controls. This is all very World of Warship-y. It looks a bit like Warships Legends or similar.
It looks like Modern Warships also.
Yeah, very similar, no? With the waves and everything. So,
and also, just to point out, this is like, didn't you say this was the highest graphics, like ultra graphics?
So this is ultra graphics. I mean, it looks okay, but it's not astonishing.
in the top, we're getting a solid 60 FPS, no drop at all.
Well, so far.
Even increase.
We'll wait for that.
But still, though.
Yeah. So I've got my guns, I've got my torpedoes and everything, and I've got smoke screens, I've got the heals. Right now I'm sailing down the left flank here, sort of, and we're trying to do something. These destroyers, one thing that really annoyed me the first time I've seen it, and I haven't seen a setting, is that their speed's measured in kilometers per hour, which is just wrong. But there's something to shoot at. Yeah, it should be knots. There's something to shoot at. So we've got an enemy destroyer to shoot at, and at the top right, we're seeing the impact of the shells, and if we're actually doing any kind of damage to it, I believe.
But we don't get the ultra slow mo when you kill somebody.
But we're seeing that we're causing some damage, but the player in front of us has dropped a smoke screen. And one thing, if you're not locked on, your shells just go into the ocean.
They just don't go.
So you can't blind fire into smokes, but you probably also shouldn't be necessarily broadside on. I don't know if armor angling is a thing, but that was a single shell from this guy and immediately took out my engine.
We're on ships. We're on the first. We're like one of the first games. I don't think we should be learning about angling yet.
I think we do, because I am taking a lot of damage here from this guy, and I'm actually dropping a smoke and trying to sort of not be spotted and disengage. We've dropped some torpedoes in their general direction.
Also, ships are much larger and more difficult to turn. I don't know if angling would be a good idea.
No, you see, there's actually, if you keep an eye on the top,
Or
on the
FPS
top,
is dropping.
yeah, if you keep an eye on the top right, you see that they're actually non-penetrating hit. Now there we're actually hitting a submarine and we're in a destroyer, but I don't seem to have any depth charges or anything. So we can only use the guns against that, but first we're going to need to deal with these other destroyers. We've already lost one player, and there are a couple of torpedoes out in the water. So now I'm trying to angle away such that we're not getting instantly. But look, like half my crew is dead immediately from the shots I'm taking. This ship wasn't upgraded, and now I've got a whole breach that I've got to deal with.
Your crew's is down to 44.
Yeah. So I wasn't having high hopes for this, and I am trying to aim for the forward magazines to try and get a magazine explosion. And it looks like we have detonated the ammo storage. Yeah, the FPS is dropping. I see that. We've detonated the ammo storage, but that doesn't seem to have done an awful lot. And our crew is almost dead, which means we're probably not very effective. So I'm just again having a smoke running and trying to get out of here as much as possible. Ship's on fire, and yes, we have been very much shredded, which is
that was extremely chaotic.
Yeah, yes, it is pretty chaotic.
Look at the amount of smoke screens.
It is very chaotic, and I feel like the ship's just not upgraded enough.
It's more arcadey, to be honest. Not really realistic.
Yeah, we've just lost our torpedo tubes, and again I'm trying to go for the ammo detonation, which doesn't seem to be doing an awful lot. And
what's ammo detonation?
Well, I'm trying to penetrate the magazines and get the ammunition storage to blow up, but that should normally take out half the enemy ship, but it doesn't really seem to be doing an awful lot. So we're down to 4v4. Well, and we have that one destroyer over there, which is a Japanese destroyer to deal with, and I'm trying to angle away because I've noticed that there are ricochets. So if you look at the upright corner, currently we're hitting, and now we've damaged his boiler room and we've taken out some of his crew, but now we get ricochets, right? Now that he's angled in, we're getting ricochets. So there definitely is some armor angling mechanic going on.
Interesting.
And we get non-pens and all kinds of things.
Control is unavailable.
Yes, and he just shot our rudder off because we are stern in right now. The other thing that I'm really missing is in the zoom view to see where the ship's actually directed. Because I can't see which way my ship's pointing. I need to zoom out.
You've got to basically just guess. Or you have to really, really think about it, which is not something you want to do when in a bad situation like this.
Or you have to zoom out, and then you're not actually looking where you're shooting to see where your ship's pointing. So
there is also no borders. Return to the battlefield.
Yes, I think I'm gonna get kicked from the battle if I don't actually get back into.
Yeah, but it's 1 minute, so like that you get. That's like ages compared to the PC.
Okay. So now I have to give broadside because I need to turn around and get back onto the map. But in a positive note, that means I get my guns on target. But I'm just ricocheting off this thing, right?
You got their ammunition.
I mean, these are 5-inch guns, and I'm shooting at this thing at 4 kilometers range. They should be going everywhere. And I think we got a torpedo hit. So
4.
So he needs to
he's
turn.
dead.
I think I'm gonna be able to kill him. Everything on my ship's damaged. Most of my crew's dead or injured.
Oh, there! No, he poofed.
No, I think I did that actually.
I think you. No. Oh,
or was he that? I think it was me because I'm going out of the map again. So somewhere there is the enemy player still, maybe, but I can't see anything right now. I've seen some torpedoes.
Did those torpedoes just bounce?
Yeah, it looks like they're bouncing, right? That's a bit weird.
Yeah, and maybe they come from like the top and then they go.
Could be, yeah. I'm on a timer and I'm trying to repair a little bit, and he looks totally dead, right?
Yeah.
You see that, right? He looks completely dead. There's no.
He looks like he's sinking.
There's no player marker. He looks like he's sinking.
In World of Warships, you would consider that dead.
In general, he doesn't have the name. He doesn't have the marker or anything.
His ship is like charred.
I'm assuming that he's dead, but he's not. Like, just wait for it, right? I'm shooting at the porter there, and suddenly
he's alive!
He's alive and he's firing torpedoes at me.
Did he revive or something?
I have no idea. But
look, half of his ship is underwater.
But now he's got the player name again, so I'm trying to find it.
And there you go.
Now he's dead.
I think when you kill somebody, you get like a message.
Yes, so don't assume that people are dead just because they look like they're dead.
Yes, but he was like half underwater already.
So now it's 2v1, right? So that guy is dead. And I'm just making sure. But there's the submarine. Now here's the bit that really annoyed me about this round, because I'm in a destroyer and this is a submarine, and I've got 5-inch 127mm main guns.
And you also have a friendly destroyer. So.
And I'm ricocheting of a submarine.
What?
First of all, I can
Also,
only...
you're non-penetration when it hits the water.
It bounces off the armor of the submarine.
The only
Which it
way-
doesn't have. It doesn't have any armor. It's a submarine.
The only time that maybe it's the water.
I don't know, but I don't think the water would count as ricochets. But
dodge.
yeah, I'm going to take those torpedoes. So what I was trying to do here... Now, what I was trying to do was to go to reverse. Now I'm taking the torpedoes. I'm getting a whole bridge here out of this. But we've only got 10% of our crew left.
Yes, but you're fighting a submarine.
See, the thing is, I should be completely wrecking the submarine. And I'm blind firing my torpedoes right now. I got some of my crew back up.
I
But
have noticed though, with the submarine, it non-penetration when you hit it on the parts which are underwater. The only time that you get hits is when you hit the periscope.
No, when
area.
I'm hitting the water, it doesn't actually cause a non-penetration. I'm pretty sure they actually hit but bounced off the armor. But maybe you're right. So he's doing it again. There come the torpedoes, and I'm full on reverse and trying to turn into the torpedoes and trying to avoid them this time. So I think now I was fast enough that the torpedoes are just gonna, just gonna spin off the bow. So he's not gonna fool me twice. Now we need to build up speed again, and the submarine is submerged, so I can't do anything. There he is.
Yes, but you have.
Now look at this. Look at this. Look at this. He's gonna come up. I think he's gonna come up in a minute, and look at the non-penetration hit that I'm hitting, but I'm just not doing any damage to this thing. And
How?
Nothing's happened. He's still at 88% health.
I think they're gonna nerf
now he's
subs.
submerged again. Yeah, I think the subs are completely overpowered. So we'll see. I'm trying to now dodge any torpedoes that he might have fired, but I don't see any. And he's somewhere down there. We've got a friendly sub here as well. And this guy is submerged now, so I can't do anything. There he comes up again. Now look at this. He comes up. He's completely on the surface, right? So I'm shooting, and
You hit, and it's non-penetration.
you're seeing this. You're seeing this, right?
What?
I am not doing any damage to the submarine. There.
Ricochet. Hits.
And he's still at 88% hit points. I am not doing any damage to this thing.
And he can just go back.
And now I'm dodging his second torpedo spread, but I don't
And
have
he just
anything
goes
like...
underwater
Yeah, I
again.
don't have a sonar, I don't have a depth charge, or any way of dealing with this submarine. And
I think they
basically,
gotta nerf them.
I think submarines are completely unbalanced. From what I've seen so far, we haven't seen an awful lot, but from what I've seen so far, submarines seem to be completely unbalanced. There again, 2 kilometers. He comes up to the surface and basically shotguns me with his torpedoes, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about these. And I'm not able to hurt the submarine at all with these guns. I get ricochets. I damage his tower a little bit, but these torpedoes now are going to take me out. So now it's just down to these other 2 submarines to kill each other. But yeah, I think. So my first impression, I actually reported that in the feedback section, was that the submarines are
OP.
completely OP, and our friendly submarines is trying to torpedo that thing.
Our friendly submarine was a
And
bit.
look at the homing torpedoes, and friendly submarines taking like 2 torpedoes or something.
You can just dodge by going underwater. You can dodge everything by
Yeah.
going underwater as a sub.
I think the sub was a bit late in diving.
Yeah, but maybe it's a cooldown or something.
Yeah, I don't know, because we haven't actually played a sub. We're just spectating at this point. But
Because subs are a bit up on the.
yeah, we need to get a bit more XP to actually being able to play a sub. So sub's coming up again, but I think that enemy sub player is just. I think, as far as I remember, the enemy sub player is just going to sink that one as well. So.
No. I think we
Or
won.
no, I don't think we did. But let's see what's happening. So sub's back up on the surface now, but is not in a good shape. You can see like sparks flying off the front of it or something.
When you see sparks coming out of your submarine, I don't think
Yeah,
your
that's a bad
submarine's
thing.
good.
And
And there's torps.
there are torpedoes in the water somewhere. Yeah, there they come, and that's it. Look at that.
game.
Look at that, boink. And
That's game.
so yeah, enemy sub completely.
37 FPS.
It's
The
alright.
drops.
It's early on, but yeah, we definitely get FPS drops, so that's something to keep an eye on. So let's switch over to tanks, and we did come up top of the team here.
Well, good job.
GG, but yeah.
Oh,
that's-
look how much damage you did compared to the other person in here.
Yeah. Anyway,
But-
let's switch over to tanks. And we are looking at tanks now. Loading screen tells us that the whole armor model is actually seems to be a lot more simple than in, I think, World of Tanks Blitz. I haven't really played that, but I think there are more armor zones. Here it just kind of tells you green you will penetrate, yellow maybe, and red you can't get through.
It's like that in War Thunder, but I think instead of No, yeah, it's like that.
Okay, well, maybe. But here you see, this is what you said earlier. This is the
Yeah.
ammo type
Yeah.
selection here. And I'm not going on...
I never really do anything with that.
I'm not going in with a tank. And we're driving around in the Panzer IV. So there's a capture circle in the middle. There's a cap. So I'm trying to... I have no idea what the map layout even is.
You have a little...
Yeah, we've got a little indicator where it goes. And the graphics, I'd say...
They're alright. They look like decent Roblox game graphics.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wasn't super impressed, but okay. I'm going through here trying to get to A cup, but this is a dead end actually. So I just
for like a game that's been anticipated for like 10 years.
I know. I'm okay. Let's focus on the game first. We'll talk about the graphics later. But I'm trying to get around here this dead end towards A cup and get something to shoot at. So I figure I'm taking
first, ask questions later.
Exactly. I'm taking that road down here. And the enemy team is capping, so this looks like a good position to look for something to shoot at. And there is someone that looks suspiciously like a Sherman.
And looks suspiciously like a AI, like a bot.
I think these are bots, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's many people that are...
We've got these MGs here that we can use. I'm not quite sure yet what to use them for, but they do a little bit of damage.
I think they're for like wheels. I think
maybe.
I don't know. I've never really figured it out. And they up.
Yeah, there. So this is the first airstrike. So I'm the one flying this one, and you'll see how that goes in a second. But so now we've got 9 seconds to wait. 7 seconds, and
there's nobody else in the enemy
there's
team.
There's also a tank there that we can still shoot at in the meantime and just destroy that. But now for some reason I'm now in a Soviet aircraft.
Well, it's just random.
Yeah,
on the left on the right we have the power.
Yeah, that's the speed, and on the left we've got guns, we've got bombs, we've got rockets, we've got machine guns, and we've got some form of heavy machine guns. So
yes.
I'm trying to aim some bombs on that guy over there. You can see that's the reticule in front, and I'm trying to get it to go red.
That's what it looks like.
But,
no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're back in the tank, but fortunately no one's been actually shooting at us in the tank.
Because you were nicely hidden, so.
Sort of, yeah, and because my team is sort of controlling the area. So I'm going forward a little bit and see if we can do some more.
Also, on the right, I think we have like an indicator on how much ammo we have.
Yeah, that's an ammo indicator, and I think it actually refills when you're in the capture circle, but I'm not completely certain about this. Now I'm running into the landscape, and trying to get out of there. This is the reason I have not really played World of Tanks very much, because I keep running into stuff. But we're holding the capture circle, and the enemy team doesn't seem to be doing an awful lot. Again, I have no idea if we're fighting bots or players here, but we'll see about that. Compared
to the ships, just pointing out the FPS, we're half.
Yes.
And we're not even doing anything.
Tanks are struggling, and on max graphics setting. But again, this is an early beta. I will say hello. And whoops.
He's a bit.
So let's try to kill that thing then, shall we? It's
is that the back or is that the front?
I think we've hit him in the engine. This should be the engine compartment. You see the exhaust fans. So I'm trying to use the MG on the exhaust fans and see if I can actually do some damage on the engines, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
No, because you have armor there.
And now I've hit the engines again, so his
and
engine should be taken out.
You're gonna run out of ammo on the machine guns. Oh, it just reloads.
No, it just reloads. But I seem to be able to penetrate his gun mantlet, which is quite fascinating. Maybe it's just because we're so close.
Shoot his gun. Close, yeah. If you shoot the gun itself, I remember. I know in War Thunder, if you shoot the gun, they're not able to shoot. They're gonna go weep.
Oh, because it actually destroys the gun. That's well, I'm just trying to kill the thing. So I seem to be able to penetrate everywhere. So now you're flying, right?
Now I am flying because I am an okay-ish pilot.
Okay, we'll see about that.
At least, okay, we have somebody else.
Yes.
Bomber.
But you're doing better than me. Let's put it like that.
Yes.
So it now says the air battle is starting. So now you're in this.
Yeah. No. I'm just gonna instantly dive and then turn down the power. Make sure I get down close to the ground because I don't want to be diving nose first and going into a spiral
like
the
me?
moment when I try to bomb. So lower down because we are going absurdly fast for a World War II plane. And drop some bombs. Nope, killed already.
I think that bomb would probably actually have hit, but I think he got killed. So
okay, now we're flying. Okay, back to target not hit. As I'm a bit skeptical because I dropped my bomb like 20 seconds ago, and it said that target not hit.
That was a bit weird.
Because it looks like it's a bit. It takes quite a while for a bomb to fall.
So it totally should have been there. And it's telling us that the target hasn't been hit. And the target hasn't been hit. I mean, he's still there. But that notification came quite delayed. And I think at this point, the battle is over.
It's strange. And...
we came second in the team.
Second in the team, not too bad.
And our tank hasn't been destroyed. So...
Which is cool.
In summary, this is pretty much what War Thunder Mobile is like right now. So what's your overall impression?
My overall impression, I mean, I'm not too impressed. I'm gonna be nice. I'm not too impressed. I mean, they could have done a bit better with the graphics. The falling over of the fences when you run into that is good. It looks if it was like another year or something, it maybe would have looked a bit closer to War Thunder. But
one thing you said earlier, right? It looks like a decent Roblox game, and
it looks like a decent Roblox game.
I think that tells you something because I mean, Roblox is an ancient game engine, and
yes, and it even runs like that.
And it's a kids game that's been around forever, and this is a brand new game, and I'm expecting this to look way better than say Warships Blitz or Modern Warships or anything like that.
Because it's like one of the bigger.
This is a big studio, right?
It's like a super big studio, like Gadget, you know.
But, so let's put it aside. I think it feels super arcadey for now.
Yes,
I don't know. Maybe there is realistic battles coming up. Maybe you just have to level up further, and then you actually get something like realistic battles. But
that is how the normal one is. You can choose between
starting?
Arcade and
but we couldn't
realistic.
choose here, right?
Yes.
Did the normal version also start out with arcade?
You could choose, but I think
choose,
I think arcade was like a better one for like newer players.
For the beginning, yeah. Okay, well I'll take it. So it feels very arcadey. It's a bit unbalanced at times, and I assume that we've been fighting bots a lot. It seems kind of fun, and I might be playing it a little bit more.
Yes, but it does have room for improvement.
Every game does, but I'm really curious to see what the difference would be between say destroyer gameplay and cruiser gameplay.
Yeah,
they do have to do something about the submarines, but I might be featuring this on the channel a little bit more. We'll see how it goes, and that's our first impression. So thanks a lot for joining me today.
Thank you for letting me join you.
No problem at all. And that's it from us today. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.